Let's talk about the game. Well, first of all, the pregame. Let's talk about the pregame really quick. The pregame, the two teams were lined up. You know when they're both lined up next to the referees and then they do the shaking of hands before the game? Dude, they stood there for like easily 2-3 minutes listening and watching a musical performance. A whole thing. A complete distraction. Real Sociedad with that pregame spectacle, that pregame whatever performance that was. It was obviously to throw off the beginning of the game. Because you're getting out of that locker room, you're pumped, you're ready to play, and now you gotta wait 3 minutes to watch a musical performance. I don't know what it was, man, but I'm just like, this is weird. Then after that, there was like an award that had to be given out. They ended up not doing that, which another delay. I think one of Barcelona's representatives came on the field like, yo, what the hell's going on? Like, let's start the game. Finally, starts the game, but already that already showed me a few things of what today was gonna be about. I already knew. I knew today was going to be one of those games. Away from home, we have to get those 3 points. We come off of a lot of tight games, man. Copa del Rey, the semifinal and the final of the Super Cup, and I knew it. I just had a feeling, man. I had a feeling. But anyway, the first half starts. It begins super electric. Both Real Sociedad and Barcelona with super high pressure. Real Sociedad actually scored a goal. It was offsides. And then back-to-back. Pedri gets another chance. Lamine Yamal breaks through on the wing, passes it inside to Pedri. Pedri with a shot straight to the goalkeeper's hands. And the game starts off like that, just back and forth. Then Barca had a bunch of other chances, man. A whole bunch of other chances. Some of them were completely missed, and some of them were called offsides, overturned by VAR. There were 3 instances where that happens, and then the other ones are just straight up misses. Let's get into that really quick. So we talked about the Pedri one. Around the middle of the first half, 23rd minute, Dani Olmo, Condé puts it in. And it's not really a tap in per se, but it's, you got to hit the target. Completely clears the goal over Dani Olmo. The unwritten rule of football is the chances you don't make, your rival's going to make them. Universal law of football. You don't make the chances that are given to you, someone else is going to make them. The other team's going to make them. And sure enough, man, it was like that. After that miss, the 32nd minute, Oyarzabal, a cross, shot. It wasn't anyone's fault per se. Condé should have marked him, but Condé had 2 people to mark. He ends up putting a leg, trying to block the shot. He goes close post. Joan Garcia gets a touch on it, but it's just coming too fast, and he's right in front of the goal, and it's goal. Whatever. But at that moment, I'm like, dude, we've had so many chances. And those were the missed ones. Let's talk about, before all that, let's talk about the VAR. At the 6th minute, Fermin, Dani Olmo steals the ball from Take Kubo, gives it to Fermin. Fermin goes straight down the middle and shoots a banger. Golazo. The tackle by Dani Olmo ends up being a foul, overturned by VAR. At the 27th minute, another goal. Lamine Yamal scores. He was a little bit offsides. And by a little bit, I mean probably the edge of his heel. Then finally, at the end of the first half, Lamine Yamal, offsides also, gets a penalty, but VAR overturns it. The first half ends 1-0. We go into the locker room 1-0. At this moment, I'm just like, So this is happening. We missed all of our chances. The ones we made were overturned. And you could take a psychological hit. The team took a psychological hit from this. But you have to come back strong. You have to come back into the second half and say, dude, we had a bunch of chances. Let's do it again. And sure enough, electric. Again, this second half starts super energetic. And chance after chance after chance after chance. It got to a point where Dani Olmo was missing so many chances that his confidence started to dip. You could see it in his body language. You can see it in his decision making. To the point where he started making very bad decisions. Crosses when they shouldn't have been. When he should have probably dribbled it more. I don't want the ball. Let me take it off myself before I make another mistake. And thereby making another mistake anyway, right? Self-fulfilling prophecy. So it got to the point where it was time. 60th, 65th minute. Hansi Flick says, all right, I'm making subs. Olmo comes out. In comes Marcus Rashford. At this moment, I'm like, okay, this could be a game for Marcus Rashford. I think I've seen enough Manchester United versus Real Sociedad to know that Marcus Rashford can make a difference in this game. Let's hope. Ferran, who had maybe a chance or two, not really much. You bring in Lewandowski, more of an area guy that we could send crosses to, especially towards the end of the game, last 30 minutes. Good sub. And then finally, Alejandro Balde leaves. In comes Joao Cancelo. His first game since coming back. Not a good game by Joao. You could tell that he's missing sort of his rhythm with the rest of his teammates. That will go. That will pass. But today it was just not good enough. But I don't blame the loss on him at all. Sure enough, a few minutes after the sub, I'd say 3 or 4 minutes later, a cross by Lamine Yamal, Rashford headers it, goal. And at that moment I said, okay, let's go, dude. We have 20 minutes to get that goal. We have the momentum. We're doing great. I knew this was going to be a Rashford game. And before I was able to even finish the sentence, Real Sociedad scores again. Off a distraction. And guess who it was? Marcus Rashford drops his mark. The player is able to finish freely with no pressure. People will say Joao Cancelo. I think the cameras were focused on Joao Cancelo, on Cubarsí. It was absolutely Marcus Rashford dropping his mark. Should have been there to cover that guy. Should have made sure that guy shouldn't have a free shot. Should have pressure on his shot. Joao Cancelo was marking 2 guys at the same time, not including the guy shooting. So that made it 3. Not Joao Cancelo's fault. Marcus Rashford 100%. So he gets a goal, but he drops his mark. After that, Marcus Rashford, you can tell in his game, in his body language, in his head, he knew it was his fault. He knew absolutely this is on me. And his game completely dipped after that. Started making bad decisions, wasn't connecting with his teammates, saw the ball roll past him a couple times. And at that moment, I'm like, that's it, dude. This is it. Like, we're going to drop points today. And sure enough, the rest of the game was kind of a time battle by Real Sociedad. Take Kubo ends up getting injured, like badly. They had to bring in the cart. Delays like 10 minutes of the game. Then, slow throw-ins. I have a cramp. Slow goal kicks. Fouls. Foul on Pedri. Ends up being a red card. So basically after that, the entire game becomes disputed. It's no longer a one-man show. Barcelona was dominating the game until those last 20 minutes. And then the extra 10 minutes given at the end of the game, at the 90th, Barcelona starts dominating again with chance after chance after chance. Lewandowski gets a header to tie it. Goalie saves it. Amazing save. Gondé at the end. Header, hits the crossbar, goes down, does not go in the goal, and out. Today was an unlucky day for Barcelona. They played like they deserved the 3 points, obviously. But the result shows you that, no, they didn't deserve it. They didn't score the goals that they needed to score. They had many chances completely missed. The only ones we made were nullifiable, right? So nothing there. It's a shame because I can now go and talk about player for player. Everything that was great. Today, Lamine Yamal was amazing. Until the end of the game, he was the Lamine Yamal from last season. At the end of the game, he started becoming more of the Lamine Yamal of earlier this season, making a lot of mistakes, forcing a lot of passes, and getting them intercepted. Those turned into turnovers that later on we had to go and recover, waste a minute and a half, and like that, 2 or 3 chances by Lamine Yamal just squandered. But it wasn't only him, it was everybody. The frustration had hit. Pedri was tired as hell. Gondé was tired as hell. Cubarsí was tired as hell. Eric Garcia was tired as hell. De Jong was tired. They ended up bringing in Rooney Bargi. He had a shot. He had a cross. All good. I can't complain about it. He was trying. Firmino was trying. Everybody was trying. It just wasn't a game. And I can tell you, every single player had a great game today. Every single one of them. They had a great game. But then at the same time, we just didn't make the shots. Dani Olmo had a spectacular game today. Yeah, he missed those chances, but he was there. He was at the right spot at the right time, but just didn't have the technique to get it done or the temperament or whatever it was. It's just unlucky today. Absolutely unlucky. But it just goes to show that, we dropped points like I thought we would. I had a feeling we were going to drop points today. I knew it. So, just like that, Barcelona drops 3 points. I was okay with the tie. Okay, we dropped 2 points. That's fine. We'll be 2 points ahead. We're only 1 point ahead. That means we're half a game. That means if we lose, that's it. Real Madrid's up top again. If we tie, Real Madrid's up top again. So it's less than half a point. Less than half a game. We have to continue winning and hope that Real Madrid drops points. Now, I have faith that Real Madrid's football is not good enough to continue winning from now until the end of the season. I have faith in that. What I don't have faith in is La Liga refereeing helping Real Madrid every step of the way. That's what I don't have faith in. I'm going to be completely honest. And then who knows what type of work Arbeloa is going to do. We haven't even given the guy a chance yet, but maybe he has football ideas that are going to completely turn this Real Madrid around. I am curious as to what Hansi Flick's going to say. We collapsed psychologically at the end of the game due to those missed chances, but hey, man, we missed them. Yeah, we deserve to have lost points. Hit the comments, guys. I want to see all the Real Madrid fans. I want to see them roast me. Talk to me. Barca fans, let it all out. I hope I've said enough today. Barca fans, let it all out. And like the video, guys. I'll see you on the next one.